Hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Today I wanted to do a twin flame divine counterpart check-in reading for those of you who are in a divine counterpart connection and are currently in separation from your person. So we are going to be looking at who they are, who you are. Then we're going to get some messages from their higher self to you. And we're also going to look at what needs to happen at this time. Messages from spirit as to, what needs to happen in the connection to possibly get to reunion or union. So we're going to have 3 piles. And as a reminder, this is a general reading. So take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Pile number 1 is going to be this rose quartz flower. Pile number 2 is going to be the agate lightning bolt. And pile number 3 is going to be the amethyst flower. So take a few minutes to ground center your energy, pause the video if you need to, and ask yourself which pile has a message for you. And let's get started. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you are drawn to the rose quartz rose. So we are going to take a look at your person's energy, your energy. So this is going to represent person number 1, and this is going to represent person number 2. The way this is going to work is I suggest that you watch this portion of it. If this doesn't sound like you and this doesn't sound like you, this is probably not the reading that's going to have a message for you. So let's take a look at what we have. First person, tortoise, and it says you're too fragmented. So do whatever it takes to get grounded. And we also have the queen. Very interesting. I only chuckled with tortoise because I do feel this is probably someone moving very slowly in this connection. Then we have Wolverine with you're a lot tougher than you think you are. And we have the mentor. This is a beautiful card. I've never pulled this one. All right, so let's get started, pile number 1. So whoever this person here is, I truly believe that this is the counterpart, the twin flame of my viewer. And I say that because with you're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded, there's a sense of, 1, this person is probably moving very, very slowly. And 2, there's also a sense of that person is still needing to do some healing, some shadow work. And I'm going to be honest, I do feel that whoever this queen and tortoise is representing, I don't necessarily think that they are quite there yet, meaning that I don't think that they're trying to do the work just yet. It feels like they may be a little bit distracted at this time. But you also have the queen representing this person. And this is, a sovereign, right? This is your independence. This is you. This is someone who is queen or king of their own life. This is someone who is pretty independent at this point, it feels like. And this is also someone who has the Empress energy. So this could be someone that is pretty much focused on work, career, on the material realm, on what they can achieve in the material realm, versus this person. And we'll get to this person in a minute. But this queen and tortoise person here is representing someone who is very courageous, but at the same time, this is someone who can be a bit vain and a bit self-involved. This is someone who, the queen on the shadow side of the queen, we always see someone who has a little too much power and who likes to exercise that power over others. And they don't necessarily always take a look at themselves, right? When we have a king or queen and we see them working with other people, we see them trying to connect with others, it takes someone who has a lot of self-awareness to not go on a power trip, if you will. But we also see that snake and that hand there. And I think their higher self, for whoever this queen and tortoise is, at their higher self, at the level of their higher self, I should say, they are quite woke and quite, I don't know that I want to say woke, but they are quite self-aware. They have the ability to be. But I do feel that this person may be stuck in their lower self at this time, and they may not be trying to do the work. With Queen here, this is also someone who's using material items, whether it's, you know, actual things that they buy with money, or whether it's the pursuit of the material world as a distraction to not go within and do the work. And I do feel that this person is kind of going through a phase of me, and what I need. And, you know, what do I need? What do I want? There is a little bit of an ego trip to this person, and I do believe that that's the energy that they are currently in. I will say it feels like this person is on the shadow side of this Queen archetype. That's coming in strongly. This is someone who's on the shadow side of the Queen archetype. Again, it's that energy of me. I get what I want. A little bit egotistical, a little vain at this time. But there is potential here for healing, and we do see that snake show up in this card. And we even see the tortoise showing up with you're too fragmented, right? Needing to do shadow work, needing to ground. But with the tortoise here, this is someone who's moving very slow. This is someone who, you know, even if they're coming in, even if you are in contact, in communication, and this is your person, they are moving extremely slow. They are taking their time with this. They are dragging their feet. Now, we have this other person here. And to be honest, I feel like this is my viewer for the most part. Some of you could be here, but I feel for the most part, this is going to be my viewer. And we have the mentor here, that, you know, which is also the sage, the wise one, the teacher. It is that person that looks out for others. It is that person that is clear, bright. And it's someone that can be quite focused, because if we look at this card, what we see here, look at how this owl is looking straight at us. It's that ability to focus, to truly focus. And then with the Wolverine saying you're a lot tougher than you think you are. This is coming in and saying, for my pile number ones, and again, I feel for most of you, this is my viewer. This is saying you are doing much better than what you think. This is also someone who's very resourceful and who's able to deal with things as they are thrown at you. But I don't think my Wolverine, my mentor here, this person, I don't think whoever this is realizes just how tough you are. Just how you are, just how much you are able to deal with. Just that you know that you can do this, and that this is your path for a reason. You know, they say that we're never handed more than what we can, you know, we're never given more than what we can handle. And this is extremely true for my mentor, my Wolverine person here. And there has been a lot of pain throughout your lifetime, not only with this connection, but also, you know, it could have been childhood, it could have been other people, it could have been other relationships. And they have made you quite strong, quite courageous. Now, what both of these people have in common is their courage, their ability to do what's right, their ability to do good by others. And with the Queen and the Tortoise here, don't get me wrong, this is someone who is very wise, who is very intelligent. But like I said, it almost feels like they're in their lower self at this time, in the shadow aspects of themselves. But this is someone who has the potential to grow, to expand. And for both of these people, the advice here is not to be too rigid, because I feel that both people involved can be a bit rigid at times, and that can kind of play against both of you. But right now, I do feel the separation is because of whoever this Queen and Tortoise is representing. And they're dragging their feet. And it's because they themselves are too fragmented. They themselves are ungrounded. And again, the focus for this person, I feel like this person is focused on the spiritual mostly, and this person is focused on the material. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what's going on. What's currently happening? 3 of Wands. 5 of Swords, absolutely. And then we have the Chariot. Yeah. Someone is trying to move this forward. Someone is not. And with this 5 of Swords, there's a lot of pain here. For some of you, one of the other person walked away. And they walked away because they're seeking something new. They want to, for some of you, they want to see what options are out there. Even if it's not options as in dating, even if it's not options as in connecting to other people, it could be, I just want to see what's out there. I want to be in my independence. And again, we do have the Queen representing one of the people in this connection. And like I said, for many of you, your counterpart is this person here, and you are being represented here. And this person is kind of out there trying to see what else is out there for them, what they can accomplish. And this person right now is kind of really focused on self and what they can do. There could be a third party situation, a karmic connection for someone in this pile. But I'm actually seeing this more as they're arguing, and this is their inner child. That this is some inner child work that needs to be done. I feel for whoever the Queen Tortoise person is, they're avoiding their inner child and their shadow work. They're avoiding doing the healing work because they don't want to come in contact with it. So they're focusing on the material, the career, for some of them even, getting out there and having a good time. Because they want adventure. And they want to make sure that whatever's out there, they don't want to miss out on anything. And that's part of their shadow self coming in and saying, no. We can't miss out. We can't settle down too fast. There's a fear here of family. For one or both of these people, in many cases, this is not going to apply to everyone, their family life growing up was very hard. It could have been that they grew up in a household where there was a divorce, where there was constant arguing. This could be true for you as well. And my viewer is wanting to move this forward with the Chariot here. My viewer is also trying to focus on self. Because I think this has been very painful. For some of you, you could have children on your own or together. And you're trying to kind of focus on your independence. And I feel like for this pile, for many of you, you know that this will come back together at some point, but you know that you can't force it. You've kind of learned to surrender, and you're trying to surrender it. Let's take a look at what else we have. God of Awakening, yeah. This person, whoever the other person is, there's one person in this connection that needs to go through an awakening. They need to connect to their higher self. I do feel it's this person, but take it as it resonates. And they're trying to avoid that at all cost. They're trying to focus on what's right in front of them because they are so broken. They are so hurt that they are afraid to turn inward. But this is spirit, angels, guides coming in and saying, don't worry. It's going to happen. They're going to have to go through this awakening. They're going to have to face themselves eventually. And then we have the sacred intimacy. I can't say it because of YouTube, but for many of you, if you've already connected intimately with this person, there was quite a spark, and this is something that they cannot forget. This is something that either party cannot forget. It's almost like that's when some of you, or when they realize that there was something more to this. And for some of you, you are craving that connection. And I do feel for some of you, this person may come around and try to be intimate with you, and then they may pull back. And what you do with that information is up to you. But I'm kind of seeing perhaps needing to set boundaries for some of you. Especially if this is happening, they're coming in, they're leaving, and then they're leaving you feeling really down, really hurt. And this is how they get, it's almost like this is how they connect to your energy. But it also prevents them from doing the work. Divination. For some of you, you are very wise. You are very connected to spirit. I believe my viewer can actually do some tarot reading, some oracle card reading, some perhaps working with runes, working with astrology. Some of you check in on your person through this type of reading. Vibras, which is feel to see, flowing, high vibration, music, healing. This is about you raising your vibration, my viewer. Because as you do this, your person's vibration goes up as well. And as you do the work, they end up doing the work as well. So for some of you in my pile number ones, it's about kind of disconnecting from the need to focus on them. And I know it's hard. It's absolutely hard. But as you disconnect from needing to focus on them and you can focus on yourself, they are then able to turn inwards. Because what's happening here, especially with this card, is that they're relying on you. They're almost, I don't want to say that they're an energy vampire because they're not, but it is almost like they're feed off of your energy to keep themselves going. And you're very much connected in the 5D. So sometimes you will be minding your business, trying to go about your day, and you're going to think of them, especially at nighttime. And that's them pulling you back in, especially if you start to feel your energy becomes a little drained. Let's take a look at what we have here. Karmic partner, conventional relationship, duty, bound by societal conventions. For some of you, there is a karmic, either on their side or your side or both sides. I do feel it's on their side because this 5 of Swords looks like a karmic relationship and it's ending up on this side, and I do feel this is your person. And now we have that card ending up on that side as well. Fresh start, new opportunity, release the past. This is your second chance. Spirit is saying there is a second chance coming for this. Winter. You feel out in the cold, your answers arrive in winter. For many of you, I feel like there's going to be an opportunity to reconnect in winter. And depending on where you are in the world, that's actually coming up rather soon. But I also do feel that this person left you out in the cold. And this is for my viewer. I feel that you were connecting, everything was going fine, and they may have just pulled away like really unexpectedly. Outcome, results, conclusion, ending. You will get a resolution. For many of you, if you are in no communication, there's definitely something coming in. You're going to get some answers. You are going to receive some sort of communication. I do feel this is going to happen at winter. I do feel it's going to be towards like midwinter to the end of winter, to be honest. Settling, scarcity, insecurity, lack of faith, believe that you deserve the best. Your person is settling. If they are in a karmic relationship, they are trying to find a way out, though I think some of them are quite complacent in it. And they are settling for what they think they deserve. For my pile number ones, your person, they may let out an air of egotism and confidence, but they're actually quite wounded, especially with that turtle there, because I do believe this represents your person. And what you're too fragmented. I believe they put on a good game face, but I believe they're rather insecure and they don't think they deserve a lot. And this is why that awakening needs to happen. And that's why Spirit is pushing that awakening. You are actually a lot tougher than they are, but they would never admit to that. Let's take a look here at all the messages coming through. Passion, try something you've never done before. For some of you in my pile number one, this is about you with the Chariot as well. This is about you doing what you are passionate about, you surrendering this, you taking care of yourself, you showing up for yourself. Like I said, the more you feed into this, the more they get their fix from your energy. The more you disconnect from it, the more they are forced to do their own work. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. Absolutely. Pile number one, if you have friends, family, lean on them. Especially because it does feel like this is rather hard for my pile number ones at this time. Lean on your circle. Also lean on spirit. And for many of you, you can absolutely communicate with that divination card to spirit. Healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. I'm going to be honest, I do feel for both of you, there are some childhood wounds that need revisiting. And I feel that you are further along on the journey than your counterpart, but there is a need for both parties to kind of do some inner child work and some shadow work. The inner child and the shadow very much entwined for this pile. Let's see here, what would this person say to you? I want to tell you how I feel. Yeah, you may not be in communication. They're probably holding back. I want you. Yeah. And we did have this intimacy card come up. And I do feel for some of you, they're coming around. They're being intimate with you and then they're moving on. And it's kind of a cycle where they're not fully out, but they're not fully in either. For some of you, you do need to put some boundaries in place. I knew exactly what I was doing. And I do think that this person can be a little manipulative. Because again, they are operating from their lower self. And that doesn't mean anything about what type of person they are necessarily. But I do think they can be a little bit manipulative. But they know exactly what they are doing. And they know what buttons to push. He or she knows this is confirmation that they are aware. And what did I say? There was a point where they became aware that there was something more to this. Do I think they know the divine counterpart or twin flame title and what that means? Not necessarily. But I do think they understand what the connection itself means. That it's very spiritual and very deep. I know it's not easy for you. Again, they're very self-aware. They know what they're doing and they know how you feel and they know how it makes you feel. For some of them, they just can't. They can't push past their own selfishness at this point to do what's right. Because I feel like for this pile, they're not trying to let you go, but they're not trying to stay in the picture either. And there's a saying for that, and I don't want to say it, but you know what the saying is. There are soul lessons we still need to learn, absolutely. And I think for some of you, those soul lessons involve a karmic. And I think it's on their side, not yours. It could be on both. I see signs about you all the time. Yeah, they absolutely do, pile number one. Let's take a look at, let's do it this way. Let's take a look at what goddess is here for this connection to watch over the connection. Persephone, dark and light. I love this. Harmony exists only with contrast. For some of you working with Persephone, some of you may actually identify with the goddess Persephone and Hades. If you're looking for a deity, for a goddess to work with, to connect with, to help you with your connection, it would be Persephone. And it's very interesting that we have dark and light here, because I do believe that one person is representing the dark. Sorry, I should say one person is representing the dark, one person is representing the light at this time. And remember, duality, there's nothing wrong with the dark. We need the dark to see the light, which is exactly what this is saying. Harmony exists only with contrast. We cannot know love without sadness and hate, right? We cannot know the light without some darkness. And both of you are quite in opposite energies right now, but you're finding balance, right? It's kind of balancing itself out as you both do the work. Take a look at what self-care you can do at this time. There we go. Okay, now we have sacred intimacy and we have SEX. We're going to call it that because YouTube will give me a strike. For some of you, if this person is coming in and they do want to connect and you are doing it with no expectations, pile number one. Expectations is where you're going to get yourself in trouble. with no expectations. Engage in it, but make sure that you have no expectations and make sure that you are doing it because it's something that you want to do and it's something that you enjoy. For some of you, it could be something solo, but there's definitely a strong connection to intimacy for both people, and I do feel that this is how you both connect. But again, don't do it expecting anything, because it's actually going to take you further on the journey. It's actually going to set you back on your journey rather than move you forward. Write a gratitude list. What are you grateful for, pile number 1? That is what you're being asked to work with. So I have some tarot cards as to advice on how to move this forward, how to get to union, what needs to happen right now. And we have Lord of Teacups, Knight of Coins, and 6 of Quills. All right, so my pile number 1s. How do you move this along? For many of you, this is about being patient with the process, focusing on yourself and allowing them to focus on themselves. If you are the one who's reaching out, it may be time to take a little bit of a break from that. Do your thing. There's nothing that's going to break this connection. So even if you don't reach out to them and you feel like, well, if I don't reach out, they're never going to reach out to me. That's okay. They will. This connection that you share, it cannot be broken. This is also about you doing the things that you are passionate about, that you love. Taking care of yourself and allowing them to do that. Because the more you go inward and the more you do your own work, and the more you go after the things that you love, and the more that you hold space for romance. And what do I mean by that? Perhaps having some solo action. Perhaps doing something, taking yourself out on a trip, taking yourself out to dinner. The more you allow space for this person to come in. Because you're mirroring one another. So if you're feeling sad in the dumps about them not being there, if you're settling in and not doing the things that you want to do, if you're kind of in that zone of waiting, then you allow them to get in the zone of waiting too. And what happens is both of you are then settling, you're both in this limbo and nothing's happening. This is about focusing on self to allow them to do that. But when you focus on yourself, it's not about woe is me, I'm focusing on myself and I'm sad about this. It's about doing what needs to be done to get you on your purpose. And allowing this person to meet you halfway. And also walking away, leaving behind certain painful memories of the past. Leaving behind the version of yourself and the version of this person that was not good for the connection. Because for some of you, there's still an expectation as to who they're going to be when you connect. Allow them to transform, grow, and evolve so that when you do connect, it's someone completely different. Let's take a look here. And I do think winter 2021, something's going to be happening. It's going to be right at the midwinter or towards the end of winter. Let's take a look at what stone, what crystal you can work with to strengthen the connection. Malachite. I love it. Let me actually read that from the book because I'm not too familiar with the crystals. So for malachite, it says, malachite brings to light ingrained programming and toxic beliefs. An amulet against pain, this is a powerful stone for emotional transformation. It stimulates the survival instincts. Explore your depths. Not all is what it seems. Stand firm in your power. Have no fear. You're a survivor. Protect yourself against unseen forces or powerful minds that manipulate you. Yeah, for some of you, don't allow this person to manipulate you. Even though they are your divine counterpart, they are operating from their lower self right now, from their earthly self. Don't allow them to manipulate you. Set boundaries in place. Do some inner work and allow them to do that for themselves. If you hold boundaries, they're going to have to step up before they can step up to you. Hold them accountable, pile number 1. Also, it says learn psychic protection. Spread your wings. So yeah, this is for my pile number ones. If you can get a piece of malachite, carry it with you. I'm seeing a ring or a necklace. If you can get either of those, do so. Even if you can get a piece of it, or if you can't buy a piece of malachite, you can definitely meditate to it. But yeah, for my pile number ones, this is about doing your thing, connecting with them with no expectation if you choose to, or setting boundaries and not allowing them to come to you if they're not going to come with the right energy. All right, pile number one, that is all I have for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose the lightning bolt. We're going to put that right over there. So for this reading, I picked cards to identify the two people. So one of them should be you. The other one should be your divine counterpart. If neither one of these people sound like you or your person, then this reading is not for you. As a reminder, it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So let's see. First, we have the octopus. Practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. Okay. And the stone. And then let's see what we have for the second person here. Seagull, now is the time for deep emotional healing. One of you is definitely a healer. And the maiden. All right, so let's get started. So for the person here that's being represented by the octopus and the stone, this is someone, when I saw shapeshifter, I kind of saw someone that can blend in, someone that is very good at saying the right things, giving you what you want, someone who's very good at almost hiding themselves, right? Hiding who they truly are. They can kind of put a game face on, and again, they can kind of be, this is someone who's going to be very good at showing others what they want to see, but somebody who overprotects themselves, someone who is constantly, perhaps even, it's almost like this person serves as a mirror to other people. And then we have the stone, which is, it serves as the anchor. It's this heavy energy. And I do feel this octopus stone person, whoever this is, I feel for many of you, this is actually going to be your divine counterpart, your twin flame, the person you're inquiring about, and this is going to be my viewer. But this person here is, it's someone who appears to be very grounded. But again, this is someone who knows how to show other people what they want to see. They know how to appear to others as someone who's well put together, who has things going for them. But I do think underneath the surface, there's a lot bubbling up for this octopus person. Because the octopus is in water, right? And what is water? Water is emotions. Deep emotions. And I do feel that this person has a lot of deep emotions that they tend to keep to themselves. If this is the person that you're dealing with, they're likely not someone who's telling you how they feel. They're likely not someone who is communicating their emotions and their feelings. They could appear to be very stoic. They could appear to have it all together, very steadfast. At the same time, this person is someone who's very loyal. I feel that this octopus stone person has a lot of loyalty towards family, friends, loved ones. This is someone who, they will do anything for the people that they love. But at the same time, I don't get someone who's very expressive of that love. This stone octopus person is also someone who has a lot that they're carrying, and they're keeping that deep within. Again, not someone who's showing their emotions here, not someone who's wearing their heart on their sleeve, but this is someone overall who's very loyal. And then we have here the seagull and the maiden. And I think for many, this is going to be my viewer. This seagull here and this maiden is representing the person who is viewing this. And this is someone who is rather emotional. This is someone who is very emotionally intelligent and in touch with their emotions. And with the maiden here, you know, that energy of innocence, that energy of being very much in tune with what is going on around them. This is someone who would be very intuitive and someone who is very expressive. So again, we kind of have that yin and yang energy being represented here. And my maiden seagull person is someone, and this is regardless of gender. Just because it says maiden doesn't mean this has to be a woman or someone who identifies as feminine. So this is someone who's kind of a dreamer, if you will. Someone who's used to seeing the good in others. Someone who is very optimistic, very hopeful. Someone who is very much connected to the divine feminine. And it's very interesting because we have the divine feminine and then we have the divine masculine being represented here. But both of these people are pretty much in touch. They're very emotional people. I just think that this maiden seagull has an easier time showing it. This is someone who has no problems coming up to you and saying, I love you, I care about you. Where this person is, it's more about how they show it. This would be someone that their love language could potentially be, you know, words of affirmation and quality time. Where this is someone who's just doing something for you. It could be, you know, gifts would be a gift, love language for this person, or acts of service. They're very grounded in the way that they express their love, and it's not necessarily spoken for my stone octopus person. This is also someone who's very good at imagining, very clairvoyant energy here. And again, I feel my octopus stone person is very grounded. I don't necessarily think that this person has a spiritual practice that they're very involved in. If they do, it would be something that's more grounded, like meditation would be their spirituality, or going out into nature, where I do think this person is so much more in tune with spirituality. And this would be someone, out of these two people, this is probably the person watching this reading, which is why I think this is my viewer. But you're both in a time of healing. Both of you have very deep emotions, deep healing that needs to take place at this time. And both of you are able to feel rather deeply. Let's take a look at what we have with tarot as to what's going on. What's going on right now? Present time, what's happening? King of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, somebody's wanting change. I think my seagull maiden person wants change. And someone else is kind of focused on work. It's very interesting how the cards ended up falling, because I do think this King of Pentacles is this stone and octopus person. And they're kind of focused on work. They are focused on what they're trying to manifest. They are focused on the material. And there's this sense of frustration here. And I think the frustration is for both people, but I think my seagull maiden person is actually the one feeling that frustration and perhaps displaying the frustration. There's also this desire for change. And I do think Spirit is saying things are changing, even though you can't see that right now. For some of you, my viewer is trying to keep an eye on this other person here. And I think they're doing that as well. I think you're both kind of watching one another from afar. You're both trying to keep tabs on one another. But I do feel my maiden seagull person is actually doing more of that than this person, because this person has kind of decided, whoever this King of Pentacles is, and I think it's the stone octopus person, they've kind of decided that they're going to throw themselves into work. They're going to make themselves busy. They're going to they're going to make sure that they're doing what they need to do to be successful. They are quite focused on the material realm right now. There's some sort of goal that they want to reach. And what they're doing is they're trying to keep busy to prevent and hide from connecting inward. If I keep myself busy, I don't have to worry about the things that are trying to come to the surface. And this is someone that can be a provider, perhaps a provider for family members. Perhaps they have children that they have to provide for. And that's also why they're so focused on work. For some of them, it's just personal goals that they want to accomplish in this lifetime. Because for this stone octopus person, there's this idea that being successful and being worthy comes with some sort of material achievement, whether that's job, career, business, something that is tangible is what I am seeing here. Let's take a look at what else we have here. Lilith, goddess of power. And we have codependency. For my pile number 2s, for some of you, what you're healing is unhealthy codependency. We are all codependent to a certain extent. But my pile number 2s, you are healing some unhealthy levels of codependency. And my pile number 2s, you are both learning how to be in your power. For my maiden seagull person, you are learning how to be in your power while being independent, but while not being in a connection. For whoever this is, I feel like you've been used to being in connections with others. And this may be, for some of you, not all of you, this may be the first time that you're kind of on your own and you've been on your own for a little bit. And for this person, there is a fear, whoever this octopus stone person is, there's a fear around codependency and what it means to be in a connection. I don't think this person has a healthy frame of what a healthy relationship can look like. There's almost a sense of wanting to keep independence at all cost, not allowing themselves to get too close. And we have the snake here. There's a lot of healing happening for this pile. For some of you, you have been working with Lilith, maybe Callie. And you're working on, again, your independence and stepping into your power, realizing what you want and not settling for anything less than that. And both of you are doing that. It's just different realms. I feel like this person is really focused on work, where you are focused on spirituality and on self-improvement. Let's see what we have here. Union. Yeah, there may be a union coming up for this pile. Your time has come, eternal love, reconciliation. So for some of you, there is a union that's coming in soon, and you are preparing for that. Let's take a look at what else we have here. Ego, pride, jealousy, self-preservation, walls, let your guard down. This stone and octopus person, they have quite the ego on them, and it's self-preservation. And they're not wanting to let their guard down because they don't want to get hurt. They are afraid of getting hurt, but there's change coming here. Something is shifting, and that's going to lead to union. For some of you, union is also telling you, if you don't think it's possible, it is possible in this lifetime. Obviously, both people have free will, but it is possible in this lifetime to attain union. Destruction, tower moment, unexpected change, new opportunities. There is change coming. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Now we have tower moment, unexpected change, and new opportunities. Things are shifting. And as you do the work, because again, I feel this is my viewer, but as one of you does the work, so does the other person. There's a need to do deep emotional healing. For some of you, working with Reiki, working with some form of energy healing, working on your chakras. I'm also, on top of the 7 chakras that we know of, also work with your soul star and your earth star chakra, pile number 2. Memories, nostalgia, repetition, attachment, reliving the past, let it go. And I think the memories are coming up for both people, especially for this person. I think they're trying to push it down, not pay attention, but the memories are definitely there. The nostalgia is definitely there. But there's a need to also release the past to allow this to transform. Because when we hold on to the memories, we hold on to a version of who we were and who the other person was. So you are being asked to kind of release, let it go, and allow a new version of yourself and this person to come into union. Loss of self and identity. Discover your true self again. I feel that's what both of you are working on. Both of you are working on self-empowerment, getting to know yourselves. And I feel that things may be slowing down for whoever this stone octopus person is so that they can focus inward. Because they're avoiding that. They are truly avoiding that. If your person keeps very busy, they're doing so as a form of self-protection. Okay, speed up breath work, self-care, take a step back, find the wound, healing happening. Yeah, right now Spirit is asking that my pile number 2s focus on your healing, focus on your breath, do some meditations. Again, Reiki energy healing coming in heavily for this pile. Divine masculine, conflict, power, Mars, solar plexus. We have that Black Panther there. So for some of you, you may want to work with the Black Panther. Saint Germain. Sekhmet. Yeah. The divine masculine is being given the opportunity to heal. It feels like Spirit is kind of making it so that they have to slow down. Whoever the divine masculine is, and remember, we all have masculine and feminine. It doesn't mean that the divine masculine is going to identify as male or masculine. But whoever the divine masculine is, there's a lot of healing that needs to happen there. And Spirit is trying to hold space and almost kind of the tower moment for it to happen. And I do feel that they have been working on that healing and they've been taking their time. For many of you, you're in no communication with this person. Let's see what we have here. Unavailable. The person is unable to give you all you deserve. And that's currently the energy that they're in. They're not available to give you what you deserve or what you want at this moment. And I do think there is change coming because we are seeing that kind of tower moment, that Wheel of Fortune there. And that's what's changing. But right now, where they're at, they can't give you what you want. Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. I do believe this is my viewer. I do think there's a need to take a step back for my viewer. Kind of do the breath work, self-care. Allow this, give it time. Retreat, yeah. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Yeah, give it time. Pile number 2, give it time. Especially if you're feeling in this energy. And that's why Lilith is here with Goddess of Power. This is about you empowering yourself and allowing this to unfold how it will. Let's see what messages they have for you, their higher self has for you. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Yeah, I think they walked away from you. I wish I had treated you better. You were the best thing in my life. I think for some of them, this is about what they think they deserve. Also, not wanting to open up, not wanting to be vulnerable, because I don't think these things would have ever been said out of their mouth while you were in connection. Let's see what else we have here. We need to make room for this union to happen. Yeah. And look at this. We have union there again. So how do you make room for this union to happen? For one, you have to release that energy of what was, that version of who they were, and allow them to transform. Allow yourself to grow and transform as well. Step into your power. Set boundaries. Step out of that energy of frustration, boredom. Step out of that energy of feeling like life is happening to you and not for you. Make an effort to connect to things that bring you joy. Don't put your goals on hold. Yeah. This is their higher self saying, don't put your goals on hold for me. Do what you need to do and I will catch up to you. Take care of yourself, pile number 2. Let's meet, communication. They may be reaching out soon. We do have that Wheel of Fortune there. And we did have union. I think this person is going to reach out to you. But I think there needs to be a level of surrendering this in order to allow that to happen. We have soul contracts to fulfill before our union. They could be involved with another person. This could just be, a job, a career, a goal that they have or that you have. But it feels like some things need to happen individually before this can come together. But there is communication coming in. Let's take a look at the goddess that is watching over this connection. And we have Sophia, knowing. And it says, share the intuitive wisdom you hold in your soul with your sisters and your soul family. This is also coming in. This is this goddess saying, trust what you know. Because I feel that you have doubts, my pile number 2s, about what this is or could be. And you kind of have doubts that this is, not going to come together or that it's not going to have the chance. And obviously everybody involved has free will, but this does have the opportunity to come together eventually. But you may have to walk away from it for now and continue to step into your power to do your own work. To focus on what it is that you want and trust that this person can catch up to you. For many of you, you're very claircognizant. Trust what you know. Trust what you receive. Let's see self-care that you can do for yourself. Massage. Family. Yeah, for some of you, connecting to family. Connecting to your body. If you can go out and get a massage. If you can even just kind of bring yourself back into your body and give yourself a massage. I mean, she's reaching back and, touching her lower back and massaging her own hands. We're going to take a look at what can be done right now to improve this connection. But first, let's take a look at the stone for this pile, moldavite. And this is something that you can use. And I do know moldavite is very hard to find and it can be very expensive. So you can definitely meditate on it. But let's see what message it has for this pile. It says metamorphosis. Moldavite was created when a giant meteorite slammed into Earth some 11 million years ago, fusing the power of the cosmos with that of Mother Earth. You are far more than a physical body. Harmony at all levels creates your well-being. Detach yourself from mundane issues. You are going through a spiritual transformation, so dramatic changes occur as you reach beyond your limits. Talk to your soul to check the outcome of present actions. Transcending. Yeah, you're in a place of growing, transcending. This is very Scorpio energy. This person could reach out during Scorpio season and work with your third eye, crown, and soul star chakra. Pile number 2. Let's see what can be done right now to heal, to hopefully get into union. We have the Ace of Candlesticks. We have the Chariot, and we have the 10 of Coins. Pile number 2. Right now, the most practical thing that you can do to get this connection towards union, to move it towards union, is to focus on yourself, to focus on the things that you are passionate about, to take the reins of your own life. Decide who you are going to be, who you are becoming, and move forward with confidence in that. To focus on your finances, on your family, on your friends. To focus on building your support system, relying on your support system, being a support system for others. But most importantly, finding your purpose outside of this connection, outside of this person, and moving towards that. Doing the work to get towards your purpose, closer to your purpose. And for some of you, it's time to take action. You've been waiting around. And what it does is when you are waiting around and you are a twin flame, you are a divine counterpart, it gives them the opportunity to wait around as well. When you get up and you take action and you move, they have to do the same thing. So this is saying this is no longer about waiting around. This is about making things happen for yourself and allowing this person to catch up if and when they decide they're going to. But we do have that union card, and we do have that let's meet communication. I do feel communication and at least a meetup, a conversation will be coming for this pile. And I do feel Scorpio season, so sooner rather than later. All right, pile number 2, that is all I have for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please let me know in the comment section. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you chose the Amethyst Rose Flower. So we are going to be doing a check-in for twin flames, divine counterparts in separation. I picked cards to symbolize the 2 people involved. And as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So we're going to check in. If you don't see yourself here or here, this is probably not the reading for you. So this is kind of a verification, kind of an energy check to make sure that this resonates with me, so therefore this will resonate with me. So for person 1, we have the humpback whale, and it says music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. And then we have the empty room. Okay. That's quite the energy for our first person. Let's see what the other person is all about. Emu, and it says this is a good time to go on a new adventure. And then we have the venom. All right, pile number 3. These are 2 very intense energies as far as people go. So we're going to start with the humpback empty room person. So the first thing that came to mind when I saw that music is this could be someone who plays an instrument, who is in a band, has some sort of musical talent that they work with. That doesn't have to be the case, but that definitely stood out to me when I saw it. But in addition to that, with the music there, this person is probably someone who does very well outdoors, who likes to connect to nature. This is someone who, at the very least, even if they don't play an instrument, even if they're not someone who enjoys, who has a band, who plays an instrument, who enjoys writing songs, who enjoys singing, this is someone who has a strong connection to music, and I know that a lot of us do. Now, with the empty room, that's the abyss, the nothing, right? It's that sense of space, potential, and possibility. And this person right here is someone who has almost an unlimited sense of potential, someone who has a lot of creativity within them. This is definitely that artist vibe. But this is also someone who feels things very deeply, and someone who can be prone to anxiety, depression, even addiction. I am getting that very strongly here. It could be someone who is reliant on alcohol or other substances. That doesn't have to be the case, but that does come in very strongly here. And it's almost this sense of someone who holds in a lot of pain. Someone who tends to feel like the black sheep, someone who is, who feels empty at times, who feels alone, alienated. Someone who can at times feel that they are not necessarily welcomed in or that they don't fit in. So there's almost a sense of melancholy to this person, whoever this is representing. And there is an outlet where creativity is this person's outlet, where they can connect. They can connect to source spirit. They can connect to possibility. This could be someone who channels these feelings of emptiness, of sorrow or sadness, and they channel that into some sort of creation. This is someone who's also seeking their true self, seeking an understanding of self. This is someone who's looking for purpose, someone who purpose means a lot to this person with this empty room and this humpback whale. Now with the whale here, this is, a creature that lives in water. So we do have someone who has very strong emotions. And I don't necessarily know that this person has figured out what exactly to do with those. At times it does feel like they get overwhelmed by these emotions. At times it feels like it's an endless sea of emotions, if you will. But again, this is someone who's also very much connected to potential and to creation, because in order to create, we need the vessel. And this is someone who's a vessel for creation, right? When we think about children and having children, we need to have them in the womb so that they can develop. And that's that same energy that this person has here. It's abundance. It's an abundance of possibility, but it's about how they channel that energy in order to create what's possible. So let's step into the energy for this person here with the venom. And so we have the venom and the emu. And this is a person who's probably a little bit more outgoing. I do feel this is someone who's more of an introvert. This person with the venom and the emu here is more of an outgoing individual. Someone who is, open to new experiences. Someone who is open to experiencing everything that life has to offer. But with the venom here, there is that energy of, suffering. And I think that one thing that both of these people have in common is that they've had very deep, strong experiences, a lot of them even leading to sadness, depression, anxiety. But there is that sense of self-realization, self-awareness for both people. I do think this person is more outwardly focused while this person is more inwardly focused. And I feel like my viewers, it's going to be a mix. For the previous piles, I could have said, this is probably my viewer, this is my viewer. It feels like it's going to be a good mix of who my viewer is. But with the venom and the emu here, this is someone who is very good at finding solutions, but at the same time, someone who sometimes gets a little bit overwhelmed with everything happening, and they can kind of stall the finding of those solutions, the finding of the answer. And at times, I do feel that this venom emu person feels that their sensitivity, their ability to feel deeply, their empathy can be almost a curse. It's that energy of, why do I have to feel things so deeply? Why do I have to experience the things that I do? So there is that sense of, this is almost a curse, and a sense that this person is going to constantly be detoxifying their spirit, their higher self. And a constant for both people in this connection is going to be change, and needing to change how they view situations and how they approach situations. Yeah, because for both people, there have been some very damaging experiences. And that's why it's that feeling of needing to work with self. A lot of clearing of energy for both people. Let's take a look at the tarot cards and what's happening right now. King of Wands. Someone is in their creative energy. The Moon. Yep. Okay. And Two of Cups. All right. Pile number 3. For this connection, what's happening right now is both of you are trying to clear way for this to come together. I feel both people have recognized the importance, the love, and both people know that internal work needs to be done. And I do think both people are doing the work to come back together. It's almost that energy of we're kind of separate right now, but I don't think either person in this group thinks that this is going to be long term. I don't think either person is doubting that this is going to come back together. And I feel that both of you are focusing on your own healing right now. Someone here may be focused on some sort of project, creative project. This could be an LGBTQ plus friendly group. Take that as it resonates. But there's a connection. I'm also getting one or both people could potentially be in therapy as well, trying to work through some of the pain and anguish of the past to clear out, to make room, to make space for this connection to come together. Because for both of you, there's a recognition that this could be my person, that this is probably my person, that this is the person I want to spend my life with. And that in order to make this happen, I'm going to have to clear away some gunk. And both of you are putting effort into seeing beyond the surface, into seeing into the subconscious, the unconscious mind, and healing it. But I do feel someone is also focused on some sort of artistic project. And it could be that part of your healing, how you are handling your healing, is by doing some sort of artistic project or channeling your emotions into some form of art. Let's take a look at what else we have here. God of love. Yeah, there's a lot of love here. We have the Two of Cups and we have the God of love showing up. Transcendence. Yeah, my pile number 3s, you are both transcending this. You both know what you mean to one another and what it means to be in this connection, and you are clearing the way for this. I don't think all of you are completely off, meaning I don't think all of you are completely in no communication. There could be some friendly hellos that come in and out. It could be that you are still somewhat communicating, even though you're not in a relationship or, actively speaking about love and relationships. But it feels like there may not be a complete break for both people. Even if there is, it doesn't feel like it's been that long of a time, or it feels like it's going to come back together pretty soon. Because there's this energy of we're going to transcend this so we can come back together. I know what this person means to me, so I'm going to clear this crap out so we can connect. Let's see what the twin flame cards have to say. Potential. Fulfillment, risk, achievement. Your potential is limitless. You both know the potential that exists within this connection. And your person, even if they're not letting you know, they know. This Two of Cups, they know you could be the one for them. For some of them, they are completely sure you are the one for them. And they're taking this time to heal and to sort some things out. Because I feel like somebody's sorting something out in order to come back together. With this Moon card, it could be that someone was, in a different connection and they're trying to clear that out as well. But I also feel that this is all about the subconscious and kind of doing, I keep getting therapy for some people in this group, like somebody's going to therapy and trying to do the work. Offer, gesture, engagement, wedding, rejoice in your union. Yeah, there's an offer coming from your person, and it's going to transcend the connection. And this is going to be a new adventure for some of you, where you're going to be able to kind of start anew. But there's an offer coming from this person. It could be engagement. I actually just feel like it's going to be a new start. Divine timing, patience, perseverance, peace, trust that the divine knows when. And some of you are growing a little impatient. Just know that it is going to come back together. There is divine timing at play. Some things need to happen. Some things need to be cleared. I'm also hearing for this pile, if this comes together before some of the healing work on the subconscious is done, on the narrative, the beliefs, it would not have the best chance. So this is why both of you are doing the work independently. But this person recognizes that there is a strong connection here and that it's not like anything they've been in before. Family, kids, opinions, judgment, resolve family stress, get support. For some of you, the other person is involved with someone else, or they're trying to take care of something with kids. You could have kids or they could have kids. Take that as it resonates. But there is something here that's being resolved. And for some, it could be, trying to end a connection and trying to make sure that the kids are okay. For others of you, there is an opportunity for children within this connection, if that's something that you desire. Crossroads, divergent paths, choices, confusions, follow your intuition. You're at a crossroads right now. And with the moon card, it's that unknown. For my pile number 3s, you can't right now necessarily tell how it's going to play out. For many of you, this is your person, and you don't have doubts that you're going to see them again or connect with them again. But it's that sense of, I don't know how it can possibly unfold. And Spirit is saying you don't have to know how. Let's take a look at these two. Life path. Yeah. For many of you, it's about following your life path while this comes together. We have that 11 there, so 1111 could be something that you've been seeing. I'm seeing Jupiter as well here. Some of you could be a life path 11, 9, 1, 2 as well. Protection. Empath, energy work, perception, spirit guides, 444. You could be seeing 444. Distorted ego or Lilith. For some of you, just know that this is divinely protected. That you are protected, they are protected. Some of you doing an egg cleanse or a spiritual bath would help. Smudging yourself, smudging your space. Grounding your energy as well, pile number 3. And continuing to follow on your life path, because your path is going to cross again. For many of you, it's going to be sooner rather than later. Let's take a look at what all these have to say. Decision, it's time to decide. I think somebody's making a decision, and I think it's your person. I think they're about to make a decision, and this is why the offer is coming in. And this is the crossroads. They're trying to decide something, and I feel like they're kind of torn, and they're torn because of this moon, because they don't know how it's going to turn out. They know they love you, they have strong feelings for you, but they're also very independent. But with this moon, they don't necessarily, they don't know the outcome, and that's scary for this person. They don't want to get hurt. True love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Yeah, this is true love, and we have that 2 of Cups there. Finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. They could be taking care of their finances. We do have this King of Wands. If they are an entrepreneur, or you are, focus on the business. Focus on the life path, on your purpose, on what you want to create. Let's take a look at what their higher self is saying to you. I bury myself in work to forget you. Yeah. For some of them, they may be entrepreneurs, have their own business. But definitely a lot of work here. I want to feel that way again. Because there's definitely that sense of 2 of Cups again. Like I felt that connection. This was like nothing I've ever felt before. And I want to feel that way again, but I'm also scared with that moon card. I don't like the unknown. I don't like to put myself out there. I don't like being vulnerable. But they are working to transcend this, and so are you. You and I were too young, so perhaps they felt that you were both too young when you met. They weren't ready to settle down just yet. For some of you, you could have met when you were younger. I don't necessarily feel that all of you were extremely young when you met. I think this is just their perception of it. The separation will end. Trust. Absolutely. And just so you know, not all these cards are very, happy messages. So to have this separation will end, trust, the offer, the potential, the divine timing here. This is Spirit further confirming that it will happen. I am your number 1 cheerleader. Again, for some of you, I don't feel you're completely disconnected from this person. I don't feel that you are not able to speak to them per se. I feel that some of you could be just on friendly terms, and at the very least, they're checking up on you and you're checking up on them. You're able to have a look into their life. Focus on self-love. I feel what you are going through. There's a connection here. For many of you, you dream of each other. You can feel what they're feeling. Let's see what we have as far as the goddess that watches over this connection. And I believe that's Circe, willpower. And it says, my will alone is strong enough to carry me towards my dreams and beyond. With make a decision and willpower here, make sure that you are holding the vision for what you want. Don't be wishy-washy with what you're trying to manifest. Sometimes we get wishy-washy in the sense of, it's fine, I'll manifest this. No, it's not going to happen. Yes, it's going to happen. So stand firm in what you want to manifest as far as this connection. Let's take a look at self-care for you. Flow like water. Yeah, be in the flow of things. Also connect with your emotions. We have the moon here. So for some of you, working with the, moon rituals to clear away, to heal. But working with water and your emotions. There's a lot in the subconscious that's being cleared out so that this can come together. Pleasure. For some of you, spending some alone time, pleasuring yourself, could definitely be one of the ways that you take care of yourself. Some of you have been neglecting your body. It's time to reconnect. If you can, go either into or near a body of water as well. That could be very healing for this pile. So let's take a look at these 3 tarot cards, which is going to tell you what you can do right now to work towards union. Practical advice. And we have the 9 of Teacups. Again, this is the wish card, right? The 9 of Cups. This is saying make sure that you are making the wish, holding the vision. Your willpower, making the decision as to what you want. Don't be some of you are kind of, I want this, and then you get mad and you're like, you know what? I don't even care. Whatever. It is what it is. Hold the vision of what you want. We have the 8 of Teacups. Some of you need to process the pain, not only within this connection, but outside of it. Let go of the past as well. Some of you are holding on to the past and hoping for a future with this person, but you need to let go of the past and the pain. Be able to forgive it, forgive them, forgive yourself, especially if you want this to come back together. And then we have the 3 of Teacups, which is the 3 of Cups. There could be a third party situation. We did have that family card. Now we have the 3 of Teacups here, which is an advice card, but it can absolutely mean that there is a third party or there are kids involved. But this is also saying, don't be afraid to be this person's friend, because I feel for this group, there is a strong friendship as a foundation that you can definitely connect with them. And also don't be afraid to connect with your own friends and family in regards to this, to ask for help and support from your friends and family. So I picked a crystal card as to what you can work with for this connection. And we have lavender argonite or aragonite. Let's see what the book says about this one. If you can get a piece of it, that would be great. If you can't, just, meditate on it. Or let's see what the message has to say. So this stone heals your personal environment and Earth's meridian grid and raises the vibration of the planet. If your environment is unhealthy and disharmonious, it cannot support well-being. Transform it and well-being returns. And we do have transcendence there. This is a time of transformation of self for both people. We have transcendence and the moon. Some shadow work. Again, I kept getting therapy for this group. Some people may be in therapy, or if you're considering it, I would definitely look into it. It says, become a vehicle for the healing of the environment by opening yourself to higher vibrational energies. Do not participate in anything that despoils the planet or diminishes its resources. Work with your power animal and nourish your inner being. Yeah, become comfortable in your own body and environment. For some of you, there needs to be healing around the body and pleasure. and intimacy. That's coming in strongly for some of you. But I do feel this is definitely going to come together, probably sooner than what you think, because we do have this separation will end. But pile number 3, that is all I have for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this one. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.